What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Welcome back to Top Bins, the show breaking down and bringing you all the goodness from the football, soccer, whatever you want to call it world. It's KB, Harrison, and Mark coming at you. We got some Premier League to break down. Mark hates Newcastle, so I'm sure we've got another rant in the chamber ready to go. Harrison and I are going to hate each other on Saturday, but we'll love each other again on Sunday. And we're going to break it all down for you here on the show. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at FC Top Bins on Twitter and TikTok, and at Top Bins Pod on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the podcast feed on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. Goes a long way for helping the show continue to grow, helps more people find Top Bins and all of our shows here at Underground Sports Philadelphia. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. That is where you get full video episodes of this show every week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We are at 985 subscribers on the channel. Let's get to 1,000 before the big game. 15 more of you just need to hit that subscribe button. Let's make that happen. youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. You can also leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/FC Top Bins. Get your takes, your rants, everything off on our voicemail line, and we will feature them on the show when you leave them at speakpipe.com/FC Top Bins. And this show powered by our good pals over at Classic Football Shirts. Guys, they're dropping new things like every day, and my wallet's yelling at me because it's beautiful stuff available each and every day, new stuff available to make sure you get that vintage look with your favorite football teams, your favorite soccer teams. They've got specialized categories. They've even got a 2025-2026 category already, rocking and rolling, so you can get ahead of the curve, get ready for next season already. It's insane the way that these guys are on top of everything. Use our link in the description. Shop everything that Classic Football Shirts has to order. They've got the best stuff when it comes to repping your favorite footy squads. Classic Football Shirts, thank you for powering the podcast. Again, use our link in the description when you shop with our friends at Classic Football Shirts. Boys, how we doing other than Mark hating Newcastle, which we'll get into, but how we doing on another episode of Top Bins?
Chelsea finally got it done, so I'm feeling fine.
I feel good.
Could have gone better, but doing fine.
I feel good, all things considered.
My eyes are on the FA Cup. No need to talk about anything that went down last week whatsoever, outside of fantastic transfer rumors, which we'll also recap a little bit towards the end of the show. Nothing of note happened with the team that I decided to pick as my fandom last week, other than us being right about an under-the-radar transfer move. So that's fantastic. So we can start with Newcastle losing to Fulham, Mark.
No.
Let's talk about
We love the bits. We love the bits. Yeah, Nottingham Forest absolutely shit-pumped Brighton. Good for them. They heard Mark saying that they weren't real, and they said, hold our beer. We got you for this one. Yeah, there's not much to say. 7-0, like this football score, American football score. That's a baseball score. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and they got shit pumped.
Hey, all you need to do is just one good drive and one extra point, and you're back in it.
Go for 2 and we win.
There you go.
Brighton could have used Saquon out there the other day.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Maybe the Eagles can take that touchdown and just add it to their score on Sunday.
I think the only real frustrating part about that happening, sans the loss, obviously, is that damn near everything else Brighton needed to go their way this week for them to elevate in the table happened. Like, damn near everything outside of Chelsea winning and bumping them down a little bit. Like, Arsenal handled Man City, which we'll get to. Villa lost to Wolves. Liverpool handled Bournemouth. Like, everything that needed to go right just about went right outside of Brighton handling business. And I mean, that's kind of been the story of their season as I've been following them all year. They get up for certain games, but then there's these moments where you're starting to feel good about them. They went on that run. Obviously, they lost to Everton. It's like one of those things where it's like, you got to get your bounce back, get at least 1 point out of this if you can muster it. And like, I wouldn't have even cared if they lost, say like 3-1, 3-0, because Nottingham Forest, good team, very good team. But 7-0 is embarrassing, to say the least. And now it just makes the rest of February and early March that much more pivotal, and like, you're gonna have to play mistake-free soccer in order to move up in the table if you want to even have a glimmer of hope about Europe. But at the end of the day, like I said, when I announced my fandom last week, all eyes are on the FA Cup.
Yeah. And hopefully we just take you out of that so you can focus on something else. Hey. I had been getting lit up for weeks because Chelsea had been playing like dog shit.
You beat West Ham. Let's.
I'm not simmering down. It's our first win in a minute. All right, I'm hype. Thank you, Aaron.
Fulham take down Newcastle 2-1. Not something Newcastle needed, obviously. It felt like they were on the upswing again after losing to, what was it, Bournemouth they lost to?
So, yeah.
So to lose, 2-1 at home to Fulham, not ideal. And it kind of just makes that portion of the table where you look at, 4 through 7 is that much more congested now. And making that Champions League final spot kind of all that much more kind of like coveted, because, between Chelsea, Man City, Newcastle, and Bournemouth, they're all separated by 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a bygone conclusion at this point that Liverpool are going to run away with the league. So
let's relax there.
Oh, you're going to bottle it at the end of the day. We all know it. That's the Arsenal way. It has been for the last few years.
Bottling, right. Okay, because you would know anything about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not a Tottenham fan.
Neither am I. Thank God.
Yeah, but who's won the league more recently? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Who's won the league more? Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Are we talking the Premier League or the English top flight? Because the Premier League, I'm pretty sure it's Chelsea.
Well, no, we won 3. Or no,
we've won 5.
No, we won 5. There's no way you've won 5 Premier League.
Yes, Chelsea has won 5.
All right.
Twice in the 2010s, 3 times in the 2000s. We won it back-to-back 04, 05, 05, 06, 2009, 2010, 2014, 15, 2016, 17. That's 5.
Okay, you're right.
So,
we're still a bigger club. It's okay.
Yeah. 2 Champions Leagues. But no, the more coveted spot here is definitely going to be fighting for that 4th Champions League spot. Because
or 5th, because it looks like the top 5 will get Champions League.
Oh, I completely missed that. So that's going to open it up a little bit more, and these teams that aren't vying to win the league anymore, because it is between Liverpool and Arsenal, but I think Liverpool have already run away with it. It's going to be a dogfight between Chelsea, Newcastle, and City. Ow, Haley, you're clearly an Arsenal fan.
Good.
Cat, I swear to God.
I hope your cat bites you more.
Everton, Leicester City.
Mad.
Everton takes down Leicester City at home 4-0 in a relegation nation adjacent battle. Obviously, Leicester's in that realm, but another great win for Everton. And since they've made that coaching change, they've just kind of been on a roll.
Moisey's at the wheel.
Moise.
That's all. He's a good manager, so it's also like fitting. Now, if they can do us a favor and beat Liverpool in a week from today, I'll be a very happy man.
True relegation battle. Southampton win a game.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
2-1 away at Ipswich Town. Even Southampton could beat Ipswich Town this year. Machi.
Wow. I hope Ed Sheeran has fun in the championship next year. That's all I gotta say.
87th minute, they take it, and I mean, obviously it's been few and far between for them to come away with points this year, but does this make it easier for Southampton to avoid negative end of history with the points record?
Oh yeah, because they have 14 games. They could easily get 3 draws to not get 11 points or a surprise win. Hey, maybe they could beat Chelsea again.
And by proxy, they have, because Chelsea could not beat Ipswich Town, and
exactly. So by the transitive property, and I think Chelsea plays Southampton last day of the season. So can you imagine?
Oh, the scenes. Just
to avoid history. And then Chelsea is fighting for a top 4 spot and all that pressure on them.
I just hope you have fun at the end of the season with no trophies while we have the Europe Conference trophy.
Oh yeah, because that's such a prestigious European trophy.
It's a trophy.
Don't worry, we'll win the Champions League. It's okay.
Yeah. Good luck beating Barcelona.
Oh yeah, because Barcelona is so good right now with their defense.
Or honestly, Liverpool could win it, or Villa.
Liverpool is going to lose to PSG or Atalanta. It's okay.
I could see Villa just pulling off the shock of the century, honestly.
Right, because after they lost to Wolves, they're really a real powerhouse going forward.
You never know. Watch it be Bayern Munich again.
No. We're better suited, honestly, for Champions League football than the Premier League right now. So
it's not.
I agree.
I just feel.
I swear. Please clip that, because if it's wrong, I am gonna play that over and over again.
And if it's right, I will be playing that over and over again while playing clips from the 2 times we've won the Champions League, and clips from that time we battered you in the Europa League final.
Well, yeah, but that was Unai Emery. That's a different team.
That's Villa ball. Liverpool, speaking of, they put a halt to Bournemouth's hot streak, shut them out, clean sheet 2-0. It's a good win. I know Liverpool's been on fire the entire season, but Bournemouth was coming in full steam ahead and really finding their form, and that's a quality win there for Liverpool to walk away with.
They just keep going into places and winning, and there ain't no. I feel like there's really no stopping them this season. Like, Arsenal can put up as much of a fight as they possibly can, but if this is truly Mo Salah's last season in the Merseyside, there's nothing stopping them from winning this league.
Only thing that can stop them is themselves, really.
Yeah.
So I was a little annoyed because I was hoping Bournemouth could do us a favor, but alas, they could not.
Speaking of Liverpool, too, after Brighton's shit pumping, the amount of photoshops of Jurgen Klopp in Brighton attire I saw online was comical.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mark's favorite manager of all time, Villa lose 2-0. The Wolves.
Yeah.
They sure could have used someone like John Duran.
Yeah, they could have. I wonder where he is. I wonder what happened. Did they maybe
money?
Great win for Wolves, and
they needed that win.
Kind of a testament to what we said last week, where it feels like Villa's eyes are just strictly on Champions League now.
Yeah, they are focused on the major European trophy and not the Premier League title at this point. They and it makes sense. They punched their way in the automatic bid, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. So, they finished 8th.
Yeah. They shouldn't be focusing on anything but the Champions League at this point.
Crystal Palace 2, Manchester United 0.
Yeah, it's funny.
I love it. We can all. I do like that we can all just appreciate Manchester United losing. It's a beautiful thing. It truly is.
They are 13th in the table.
Very nice. That's a quote, Borat. Very nice.
And if only Chelsea would have realized that they could have had them move down even further if they would have let West Ham win. Would have seen it would have been here.
No. We're not twisting it like that. We're not twisting it like that. We are appreciating a Chelsea win that we haven't had in some time for reasons that start with our goaltender. And if they want to blame anybody for not moving up higher in the table, they can thank Aaron Wan-Bissaka, their former player. So,
Tottenham win for the first time in what feels like forever. 2-0 at Brentford. Good win for them. I mean, it kind of blows a little smoke away from the fire that has been Tottenham over the past 2 months or so. Big time result for them, and kind of pushes Brentford back into that mid-table. They're right on the cusp. They're at 31 points in 11th place, so big win for Tottenham. Mark, congratulations on your shit pumping. I was told you were not going to be humble, and
nope.
The floor is yours.
You know who can't stay humble? Erling Haaland, that dickhead. Let me just preface this before I talk about the game itself. For years, Man City have dominated us and just kicked our shit in. And Pep Guardiola, while he always respected Arsenal, it was never a full respect because of his comments. Because you can, after watching Pep he's been in the league now for 10 years, you understand his comments and how he feels about a team based on like how he's talking about them. And so for years, it was always backhanded compliments and saying how when we had like Mustafi in defense, this Arsenal is such a good defense. We were so worried about them. And then at the last 2 years, he's realized who he's actually going up against, and the comments have now been actually like serious. But for years they've been, and to beat them 5-1 was such a cathartic feeling. Like the early start was like great because their defense is terrible. And then that Havertz mitts, and I'm like, oh my God, why did we not sign anyone? Or why are we not signing anyone? Because how do you miss that? And then Haaland scores, and I'm like, oh, fuck, please no. And then he who should not be named scored. So I was happy they scored, wasn't happy who scored. Let me clarify, very, very important clarification. But then Miles Lewis-Skelly, future superstar.
He's fun.
On his weak foot and playing in a position that he's not used to, scores that goal and does the Haaland celebration. Mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Then Havertz scores a much harder chance. And I remember I tweeted like last season that Havertz is the best bad/worst good player I've ever seen in my life. You really like, for all his hard work and everything, that he does for the team, and it's very remarkable just the amount of running he does and how he's very important for his team, but he's just not a clinical finisher. So for him to miss the easy chance and score the hard one, it was just like, what? But then the pick of the lot, Ethan Wanieri, who I've praised him before multiple times on here, that goal, he is 17 years old and he has a trademark finish already. Do you realize how insane that is for a 17-year-old to do that? He is all the way to. He's a future superstar. He's going to be an Arsenal legend. And we've always been crying about having backup for Saka, where we just spawn one in the academy. And then so they can Man City can stay humble. They can all suck my dick from the back. And I will. Let me just say one thing. I enjoy the fact that there's this rivalry now between City and Arsenal. Like the people policing Miles Lewis-Skelly and telling him, "Oh, who the hell are you?" and everything. Like it's part of football. Like you're gonna talk. It's competitive sports. You're gonna talk shit because you have like men with like egos and like testosterone flowing and like the competitor juices flowing. Like there's gonna be shit. Like once you cross the line, like the white lines onto the pitch, there's gonna be shit talk. Like you're gonna say, and then like afterwards you're respectful. But like in the moment, like obviously you're gonna say shit that like maybe you don't actually mean or something, but it's there, right? And then at the end of the day, that's what sports are about, like competitive, like just shit talking, and then just respecting each other at the end. But I'll go on a further rant about this. I guarantee there is a racial element about this where they see a young, confident black kid expressing himself and not being the stereotypical that they want humble black kid, just be like happy to be here. He is confident in what he is. He knows he's good, and the British media are trying to put him down. And then people need to protect that kid. Fuck the British media. Fuck Man City. We're still in this league. Go Arsenal. I was so happy we won 5-1. God, that was great.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark's rant of the week.
Part 1.
Harrison, you're up next. Monday Night Football win.
Oh, it's a goddamn miracle. Oh my God. First of all, apart from the goal that was let in, I don't think the goaltending looked too bad. It was a hell of a lot better than with Robert Sanchez between the sticks. And it was an infuriating watch for most of the game. Shout out Pedro Neto, who I'm glad he's staying around because he has the ability to become one of our bigger wingers at the club. I think he's immensely talented, just a hell of a player. And there are not enough good words to say about Cole Palmer. If he doesn't score directly, he's creating opportunities and making chances for the team to score. And it was ugly, but a win is a win. And I have not been in a winning mood for Chelsea, at least, in some time. I'm so up right now about the Eagles. But Chelsea have finally put me in a good mood again, and it's a weird feeling. I just know we're going to come crashing back down at some point. But for now, we're in 4th. We're in a Champions League spot. And Europe better be on their toes if we make it again next year, because we can always do some damage in the Champions League. Always.
You know what's funny, Mark? Harrison's waxing poetic about this, but two match weeks ago, Chelsea won a game.
Yeah. I know. I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure you guys won, like, recently, but...
Yeah, but they've all been ugly wins, and I don't really feel good about any of them.
But prior to that, it was December 15th.
What was December 15th again?
You beat Brentford 2-1.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to put out of my mind. Thank you for bringing that back up. I have the memory of a goldfish when it comes to Chelsea. It's just like, yay, we win.
And then after that, you went on a 1, 2, 3, 4...
Goldfish.
Five straight.
None of that happened.
No wins.
None of that happened. Goldfish memory.
Seriously,
especially since we had such an awful transfer window and we brought nobody in. It's just like
can't relate.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it from you. Oh, so you did bring people and you brought like a youngster in, and you loaned out Felix. So like, I don't want to hear it from you.
Yeah, we didn't make any splashy signings though.
Yeah,
I wanted a splash. I wanted a splash.
So after the week that was, table shaping up like this, we'll finally get the game in hand next week for Liverpool. But they are on top with 56 points. Arsenal with 50, Nottingham Forest with 47, Chelsea with 43, Man City with 41, Newcastle with 41, Bournemouth at 40, Villa at 37, Fulham at 36, Brighton at 34, Brentford at 31, Crystal Palace at 30, and then it's Man United, Tottenham, West Ham, Everton, Wolves, and then relegation nation is Leicester City with 17 points, Ipswich Town with 16, and Southampton with 9. We did have some semi-finaling to talk about, Mark. Newcastle handles their business.
Unfortunately.
2-0 in the Carabao Cup today as we record this on Wednesday. It's Jover for Arsenal in the Carabao Cup this year.
It is. Let me just be clear to say, how do I put this nicely and succinctly? I fucking hate Newcastle. A bunch of I think they're overrated as a team. I think Eddie Howe's overrated as a manager. I think Kieran Trippier needs to go home and cheat more on his wife, the Daft Hunt. I think Bruno Guimaraes is a dirty fucking player. I want Alexander Isak in an Arsenal jersey so fucking badly. I don't care what the cost is. Even if it's like 175 million, I don't give a shit. Get him in. And yeah, it's just frustrating in the sense where I was watching that game and like I going in, I didn't feel like it was likely for us to come back against them, but I still had hope. Like obviously as a fan, you gotta have hope. Well, otherwise, what's the point of being a fan? What's the point of always anticipating the worst? Because that just sucks. But it all just changed when Odegaard missed that guilted opportunity where I don't know why he hit with the outside of his foot. He should have just laced it through, and that would have been in. And then like off a goal kick, they get around, and then that shot by Isak just missed, and then Jacob Murphy scored, and then it's frustrating, especially because like the tale of both games was we created chances, we just didn't finish, but they finished their chances. Also, it wasn't the best game for Saliba, which is fine, but obviously because he's so hyped up and he's so good, whenever he has a bad game, all the rival fans are just going to banter him, which is like understandable. Fine, I get it. It's par for the course. It wasn't his best game. But it also didn't help that Martinelli got hurt also. And now God knows how long he's going to be. Like, thank God we are going to Dubai, getting a break. So, like, I'm not happy, like, because FA Cup season again, I'm not happy that we lost, but it's like a blessing in disguise so we can actually get those, like, 10 days off. Because last year when we went to Dubai, that really fixed everything for us, and we went on a huge run. So, overall, fuck Newcastle. Please bring me Isak. And now tomorrow I am going to be the world's biggest Liverpool fan because I do not want to see Tottenham in the final. And then when that final is being played, I will be burying my head in the sand. So, but yeah, go Liverpool tomorrow. Fuck Newcastle. Bring me Isak. Fuck Kieran Trippier.
The fascinating part about this too, I'm just looking at like the overall stats and everything. You guys had 13 corners to Newcastle's 1.
Yeah. And it just wasn't that good. We just weren't that good today. Simple as that. Happens. I'd much rather have that happen in the cup than in the league. But I still feel pretty confident about our chances in the Champions League just because outside of Newcastle, like just our defense is so good. And like we're so good. And especially in the Champions League, we only conceded 3 goals, I'm pretty sure, and only 1 from open play. So like in a cup competition, if it's just individualized games, just one at a time, I feel fine about our chances. Obviously, it depends on the draw and who we get and whatnot. But overall, not our best game today. It is what it is.
So there it is. Newcastle advance, and you can catch the Carabao Cup on Paramount Plus. Our friends at Paramount Plus, we love them. They are the home for so much Premier League action, Champions League action, and the Carabao Cup semifinal going down at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday between, like Mark said, Liverpool and Tottenham. Stream Liverpool versus Tottenham live on Thursday, February 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Paramount Plus. Use our link in the description to sign up for Paramount Plus and check out their entire catalog of just incredible content. Plus, don't miss any of the action from Champions League when that returns to obviously the Carabao Cup semifinal between Liverpool and Tottenham, only on Paramount Plus. Sign up today. Use our link in the description and get started with Paramount Plus. Moving right along, we head into FA Cup weekend, and it's the first official Top Bins derby of this era of Top Bins.
Brighton hate week.
Harrison and I will face off for the first of 2 consecutive games, one in the FA Cup, one in the Premier League. Fuck you, I hate you until midnight at on Sunday. And
or how
I will
about
love you again.
when the clock strikes 90? How about when the clock strikes 90?
Depending on the result.
Depending on the result, fair enough. I wonder how many goals Cole Palmer's going to score on you this time.
Hey, I mean, I could say the same about our squad and what we're going to do because all eyes, FA Cup. It's all eyes here. Tunnel vision, ready to rock and roll.
I wish you luck, but we're not going to need it, and you are. That's all I'm going to say.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow night, as Larry David once said. But your 4th round of the FA Cup gets going on Friday. Man United, Leicester City. How hilarious would it be if Leicester City just does the thing and takes out Man United?
That would be great. It would be needed because United would. I'd love to see them lose to Leicester. I'd love it.
Then we also have to kick off the Saturday slate here. So the lone game on Friday is Leicester City, Man United. Then 7:15 a.m. on Saturday, it's Man City versus Leyton Orient, which just sounds like a made-up Madden drafted player name when you get to the year like 2040 in your Madden franchise mode.
Yep.
Then also at 7:15 p.m. or a.m., excuse me, it's Millwall against Harrison's favorite team that's not in the Premier League, Leeds United.
Oh, don't even joke about that. Don't even joke about that. Fuck that team.
And then at 10 a.m., it's Ipswich Town, the team that Harrison's squad could not beat. Coventry. And then Wycombe at Preston, Cardiff City,
don't lose to
City.
Sorry to interrupt, but don't lose to Ipswich and you won't get these jokes. Simple.
Hey, win a Champions League, maybe. I don't know.
That's your always go-to response.
I know, because it's so easy, because we're the only two clubs who wanted that.
You sound like a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh, don't even. Oh, God. At least ours was recent. Within the past 5 years.
4 years ago. And it was a post-COVID year, so how legit is it? I'm just saying.
It wasn't a full COVID year, so.
It was a post-COVID year, is a COVID year +1, so.
Yeah. When was the last time y'all won the league? 06?
Yeah, 03, 04. Where we were? Yeah. Invincible.
Ooh. So special.
Cardiff City, Stoke City on Saturday, 10 a.m. Burnley, Southampton at 10 a.m. as well. Bournemouth and Everton, Fulham and is it Wigan Athletic? Wigan Athletic. Mark's favorite team at 12:45 p.m. Newcastle and Birmingham. And then it is Top Bins Derby time, 3 p.m. on Saturday, Chelsea and Brighton. And then on Sunday, it's Wolves against Blackburn Rovers, Liverpool and Plymouth Argyle, which just sounds like a Home Depot bear.
Yeah,
paint.
that sounds like a toilet brand.
No one cares about the Sunday fixtures. Sunday's all about the birds, but carry on.
Exactly. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, to our British listeners, you could possibly have a say in the Sunday fixtures, but we don't care.
Tottenham Aston Villa in the ultimate Mark hate derby of all time.
I hope both teams lose somehow.
Crystal Palace and Doncaster at 2:45 p.m. on Monday. And then on Tuesday, it's Nottingham Forest and Exeter City.
There's a FA Cup game on Tuesday. Jeez, okay.
We're not gonna be able to watch that because we'll be so
hungover.
Hung up on the Eagles. Yeah, hung up on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. So.
Or we're gonna be just so depressed that we're gonna kill ourselves.
No! Don't speak that bad juju into existence. We're winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, we should do a watch along during Saturday.
I'm gonna be at work.
Oh, you coward!
just ducking the goals, ducking us.
I know.
I had no say in the matter.
You could have requested off. The draw was made. How many? It was made a month ago, or a week.
Yeah, but I was more focused on getting money. It's a big IU basketball game day. I got to be there to make money.
Who are you playing?
Michigan.
No one gives a shit about Michigan.
We do.
Yeah, they're not a basketball school. It's fine.
Which it is nice the way the FA Cup kind of rounds out too, because like you said, there's an FA Cup game Tuesday. That makeup game between Everton and Liverpool's on Wednesday, and then it just kind of rolls into the next week of Premier League. So it's like just nonstop for like the next 2 weeks, pretty much, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The English do a pretty good job at scheduling their fixtures. I got to give it up to them.
No, they don't, because they don't have a winter break.
Well, yeah, that's what I like.
Let them play
through.
Mark wants double trips to Dubai, Harrison. Remember.
Exactly.
They need to do double. They got to get their double stem cell replacement surgeries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ben White needs to get a tan. So
when he comes back, he's just Ben Tan.
The man's paler than his last name.
Did you see what he looked like after the last Dubai trip last year? I wouldn't be so confident about that.
Yeah, I'm saying he needs to go there because
exactly. He probably already is there.
Looking more see-through than a Tupperware container. But yeah, and then after, like I said, that makeup between Everton and Liverpool is Wednesday, February 12th at 2:30 p.m. So we'll finally get that game in hand there for Liverpool and Everton situated, which feels like it's been 8,000 years since that game was rescheduled. But that is your FA Cup weekend. Like I said, Harrison's fuck you until Sunday.
Hey, fuck you.
And then after Sunday, I can't wait to ruin your Valentine's Day.
Joke's on you. It was already ruined.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah.
High
five.
Let's get into wrapping up the transfer window. It's brought to you by...
Yeah, no, we don't need to.
I may have lost 7-0 last week, but I had a great transfer window for my first year of having a team. It's brought to you by our friends over at Biñho. We love Biñho. It is the next big tabletop game for your man cave, your she shed, your tailgates, your parties. Guys, it's paper football meets foosball. They just restocked their officially licensed Liverpool and Man City boards. They have their officially licensed Arsenal board available, which one of our listeners bought from us this week. So big thank you to whoever purchased the Arsenal board there. You can customize your own board. They have an entire fleet of MLS officially licensed boards as well. Amazing accessories. Check out everything Biñho has on their websites, linked in the description. Use our link, and then when you go to checkout, use code Biñho Bennett 62, and you'll get 10% off your entire order from our friends at Biñho. Again, the link is in the description. Use our link because that's how they track that you guys are using our link to shop, and then use code Biñho Bennett 62 to get 10% off your entire order. We thank Biñho for being a proud sponsor of the podcast. Boys, we were right. Let's start there. We were correct. We were at the forefront of one of the under the radar that became so mainstream transfer rumor news stories of this window. And I just got to say that's just a nice little feather in the cap for the old Top Bins podcast over here. Well done, gentlemen. We did it. We had it before Fabrizio had it. We knew that one way or the other, Stefano Simas was coming to the Prem, and he's coming to Brighton, and I'm so fucking pumped because that kid's a fucking beast.
Again, we were talking about it earlier, but you could have used him on Saturday.
Got loaned back out. He'll be with us next year, but insanely talented kid. And I think he fits in perfectly with like the trajectory of like where this team is going, just the play style they have. So I'm super pumped to have him coming in. And on the flip side, Evan Ferguson going to West Ham on loan. I was happy that they didn't full blown just sell him, and he's just going on loan, playing with Graham Potter for the rest of the year at West Ham. Get his minutes up, get his feet back under him. He's been out injured for pretty much the whole year. I'm fine with it, and you get him back after the loan, which is nice. So nothing too awful there. I feel like so many Brighton accounts and fans and everything were like freaking out about him being loaned out to West Ham, and it's like, how big of cowards are you that you think West Ham's going to turn a table, at this point in the season and find their stride, and it's going to be on the heels of Evan Ferguson to do it, who's barely played this year. Like, get him minutes, get him in form, and then next year he's ready to go, and you figure out what you have in him. I didn't see an issue in the move whatsoever.
And it's not like he'll play against you, because I'm pretty sure loan signings can't play against their parent club. So
right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, I think. Because that would be a pretty big conflict of interest.
So I'm not too torn up about it. I think it's smart, and you'll get him back next year and see what you have, and then you figure out what you want to do with them moving forward.
I just can't wait for like 3 years from now when Chelsea pay like 137 million for Simas.
I forget how long. I think he signed through
probably a 5-year contract.
I want to say something like, I think like through 2030.
Yeah, so
yeah,
don't worry.
He'll be wearing royal blue eventually.
Yeah, and then you're gonna loan him out when he sucks for 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much.
I gotta ask. I just have to ask.
Yeah.
As a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, not as a Chelsea. I'm an Arsenal fan. Speaking to
no,
a Chelsea fan.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
Yeah, but for the listeners, just to clarify, can you explain to me what the actual fuck is your strategy?
No, I have no idea.
I have no idea. João Felix, for example, you paid. A lot of money. I want to get this accurate, so please hold. I just want to know how much. I want to be very accurate when I see this. Sure, you can track my data transfer mark. I don't care. All right. You paid. I'm pretty sure that's the euro symbol. Keep simple. Yes. Okay. So you paid 52 million euros to Atletico Madrid, right?
Yes.
You signed him to a 6.5-year contract. I'm pretty sure 6.5, 7-year contract.
Yes. 7 years.
7 years. Thank you. And then after 6 months, you loan him out without any optional buy fee for Milan. No obligatory buy fee. What is the strategy? Just get all the young talents and hope they work out. In order for them to work out, they have to play, right?
Yeah, I think it's just buy as many 20 to 23-year-olds as possible, and whichever one works gets to stay at the club. And then if you don't work within 6 months, you get loaned out. Which is
wow, I didn't realize that Leonardo DiCaprio is your sporting director.
It's and once they're 25, just full on sell them.
Exactly. Before they turn 26.
Yeah. No, I wish I knew what the hell was going on at my club. It was so much easier when Roman Abramovich was our owner because at least we knew what he was doing. It might have been shady as hell and not great, but
might have.
He cared about the team. For all his faults, he cared.
That's true. Can't argue with that.
I don't know what's going on at the club. I genuinely don't. I've been trying to think about what our strategy is here, and I just keep coming up with blanks. Who knows? Maybe I'll be the next big Chelsea signing.
Yeah, what position do you play?
Goalkeeper.
Oh yeah. They definitely need one of those.
Yeah.
I feel like until further notice, I'm going to refer to Chelsea as DiCaprio FC.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I genuinely, but to answer the question, no, I cannot answer your question.
Okay.
The Marcus Rashford saga has come to a close. He goes to Villa. Villa went wild in this window. Sent 5 players out, brought 5 players in.
Too many signings? Question mark? Maybe?
Question mark?
I mean, you're on a pod with someone who has had too many signings, so I don't think that's nearly enough to be too many signings.
No, but like it's one thing if you bring in 5 players, say in the summer, then you have the summer and everything. But in January, in the middle of the season.
Okay, yeah, I see it. And Rashford is the kind of guy you'd want to bring in for Europe because he always has performed better in Europe than he has domestically.
Yeah.
So I think that's a fine move by Villa, actually. And he's got to be happy to be out of Manchester.
Yeah.
They also bring in Marco Asensio from PSG, and then they bring in Disasi from Chelsea.
Another.
I actually completely forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. And then I think I put it out of my mind because I was just so pissed about it. I was like, I like Disasi. I liked him a lot. I don't think we should have moved on from him, but it is what it is.
Do these signings, like, for Villa and these moves, like, does it compensate for John Duran leaving?
Yeah, I mean, they could if they can contribute goals, but
I mean,
can't really tell. I don't think Duran is also staying in Saudi Arabia long. Like, I guarantee within 2-3 years he's back in Europe. So,
I mean, he's 21.
He just wanted a payday, so I can't blame him for that.
He was like, "Let me go get some generational wealth, and then come back and play real soccer."
Yeah,
understandable.
Did you see the report where he has to travel like by plane because he's living in Bahrain because Saudi Arabia has like a law that says if you're not married to your partner, then you can't live together. So I'm pretty sure like Cristiano Ronaldo has to deal with the same thing too.
That's wild.
So
So he's got to live in Bahrain and then fly in on practice and match days.
Yeah.
Stay in a hotel if he's got practice day after day after day.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like just exhausting too. So whatever.
And a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure the club was like fighting it or something.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Nico Gonzalez to Manchester City.
I mean,
Cool.
sure. I don't know anything about him, so like I can't really comment. He's a midfielder. They need a midfielder. So
he's not going to be as good as Rodri. I think
no one is. So
he's the Ballon d'Or winner. So
which is a fucking joke that he wanted.
It was a very interesting choice, to put it mildly.
That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
But yeah, seriously, very interesting choice, to put it mildly.
Harrison, you guys did bring in another 19-year-old, so
cool.
On brand.
I can't wait to see him come through our ranks and then get loaned out to Dortmund or Milan, or probably Milan, actually, because that's where every Chelsea player is loaned out to before they're bought and start playing real well again. Because Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek, Felix, Tomori. Tammy Abraham's on Roma, isn't he?
No, he's on AC Milan now.
Oh, now he's on. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that's 5 right there. So yeah, he'll probably come through the ranks, and I just hope that who's that Brazilian kid we're bringing in?
Estevao or whatever. Stavo.
Yeah, Willian Estevao.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if we screw him up, my brain's gonna break, because he looks like he's going to be phenomenal. I just hope he's more Neymar and less Antony.
Fair. So. Tell does end up going to Tottenham after all that as well.
Oh, I wanted him. Even if it was just a loan. I'll go on my rant about Arsenal in a second, but I mean, I think he's a great prospect. I was actually pretty impressed and shocked that Bayern agreed to have an option to buy, but apparently, I think like from the reports that I read, Tell has the leverage to say, like, even if Tottenham activated, he can still say no. So I guess they had to concede that if they wanted him to join. It's also kind of funny how many people said no to Tottenham towards the end of the window. Like Tomori did, Tell did at first. A few other players wanted to as well. So, but
Expressions
they got him.
Rant was great. Expressions rant about nobody wanting to go to Tottenham had me in fucking stitches.
You're gonna have to send that.
Oh my God, he was saying like, he was like, we used to be the belle of the ball, and now we're just like fucking Pornhub.
I'm sending a message in a group chat. About
AFTV was undefeated in 2016. I used to love Bang out.
I cursed what they did to the reputation of this club, honestly. During the banter era, it was not great.
The banter era was, as a rival fan, incredible.
It was incredible, but yet we still won more trophies than Spurs did. So
no, okay. We can both bash Spurs. I am completely fine with that.
And we also, for some reason, always seem to play you well for whatever reason.
Yeah. I feel
also, I do want to say thank you, because you guys saved Arteta's job essentially, and you made and the kids brought out with Saka and Smith Rowe. So thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. And you're welcome for basically being the final nail in Emery's coffin.
You're welcome. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So there's something.
Willian goes to Fulham on a free.
That man does not like moving houses. Clearly,
Willian, as in over Chelsea and Arsenal.
Yeah, he's back at Fulham.
What the?
Yeah, that happened like yesterday. So
how did I miss? I know how I missed that. I was closing at work and I was very tired throughout the day, and that's just how I missed it.
Seeing here what else has happened since we last recorded.
Shout out Willian.
Nothing for Arsenal because.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Nothing happened. And
your
manager. I get it. I get it because like we need a striker, and it's hard to get a ready, available number 9 in January and everything. I get that, The bigger mistake was not improving our tech in the summer and leaving us thin. It's just frustrating, especially now that Martinelli got hurt and yada. You can't predict injuries, yada yada. But it's frustrating. And Arteta said he's disappointed, and I am too. But it's going to make this summer window hugely important in the sense of like we need to focus on that. Like Zubimendi's coming in. I'd like another midfielder as well. Defense, maybe like another young center back or something would be fine. But like, and then get a better backup keeper, sure. And people are going to be like, oh, look at that, Arsenal signing another keeper, even though you need to have a good backup keeper because with Neto, we saw how bad he was in the Champions League. And then we have an 18-year-old who's highly rated, but he's 18. And then we have a 16-year-old that's a child. I don't want a child playing Premier League games in case Raya gets hurt. So, but we got to focus on attack. We need a striker, and then we need like another winger. So it's going to make this summer very important. I do think they understand the urgency of it. Like they fixed the goalkeeper, they fixed the defense, they fixed the midfield. Now they got to focus on the attack. And I love Havertz, and I think but that man needs a break more than anything else. Like, just we need more options. Play as simple as that.
Anything else notable from deadline day that I might have missed?
Not really. Not that I
don't
can
think
think
so. We covered it.
Garnacho stayed.
Shocking.
Oh, we never talked about how United had Kobe Mainu as their false 9/striker, which was interesting. But like, I guess just Aaron just trying to figure out who he wants. So, but other than that, no, I can't really think of anything like major.
Were there any, in your guys' opinion, any like winners/losers of the January window?
I think our clubs are both losers.
Yeah, I'd say loser for sure. Winners, I would say. I mean, maybe City, but like you just don't know yet.
Right.
You'll have to find out, wait and see.
Same with Villa.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's hard to already clarify a winner because you have to see how they impact the club. Like they're definitely losers in the sense that you sell away a good player or you don't bring in a splashy player. But it's hard to come up with a winner right away. That you have to pick your winners after 1 or 2 weeks, maybe even a month.
I feel like Marcus Rashford's the winner of the entire window.
He's a winner. He gets to leave, man. Very
like,
nice.
His name's now kind of like out of just like the
spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Liverpool is both a winner and a loser in the sense where winner that no news about anybody signing their stars, but also loser like it's February 5th.
What have you
done? They haven't signed them.
Yep.
And every day that passes, the players get more and more leverage. So I'm also a little surprised we didn't hear more about like Real Madrid signing Trent to a pre-contract because I thought that would have happened by now. But yeah, I can't really say winners or losers, as Harrison said. Like you just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like AC Milan did a lot this window to improve, which is good for them. Obviously, we've talked about it. Like their eyes are on Champions League. So like on paper, I think they're a big winner. I think Rashford's the overall winner just because he's now out of the tabloids and the headlines. And I mean, Tell can still say no. So I think that's a huge win for him. I think he's a winner as well.
I get a meme that I want to send, but I'll send it after the group chat. Oh, God. Keep talking.
I think that's all we got for you guys. You can leave us your voicemails, your thoughts on deadline day, your thoughts on everything coming up with the FA Cup, Carabao Cup results, once tomorrow's game or Thursday's game, I should say, happens. Let us know your thoughts on that. Anything that comes to mind, leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/FCTopBins. Be sure to follow us on the socials at FC Top Bins on Twitter and TikTok, and at Top Bins Pod on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. Helps the show continue to get into the eyes and ears of everybody who's looking for that good soccer content. And of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. We're 15 subscribers away from 1,000. And that YouTube channel is where you get full video episodes of this show each and every week. So be sure to subscribe. youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, and click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. It's been another episode of Top Bins. Harrison, like I said plenty of times, fuck you until Sunday morning.
All right. Well, just wait. It's gonna. I think you're gonna.
And I'm just noticing this. I might have missed this. It's just popped up on my Twitter as I'm scrolling. Manchester United's profile picture's a clock.
Is it on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Man United.
Oh wait, it's the anniversary of the.
The Munich air disaster. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? What did I miss?
No, it's the anniversary of the
Munich
disaster.
Yep.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It's a fitting tribute. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
FA Cup this weekend. We'll be all over it. And then obviously on Sunday.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
But also Champions League next week too, the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Which Mark doesn't have to worry about.
That's right.
As Mark would say, it's all eyes on Dubai. We'll catch you guys next week. Don't know what time, what place just yet, because I may or may not be on the road, so we'll be figuring some stuff out. But nonetheless, you'll have an episode. And it's been another episode of Top Bins. As they say in the old country, go Birds, and we'll see you next week.